गोपीजनवल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानन्दना व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दना व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यमुनतीरावनचारि यमुनतीरावनचारि यमुना जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी। श्रील प्रभुपाद की श्रीमद् भागवतम की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। Fourth canto, chapter 25 and shloka number. Reading from Canto 4, chapter 25 and shloka number 19. Nanaranya mrgavratir Nanaranya mrgavratir Anabhade munivratai Anabhade munivratai Ahutam manyate panto Ahutam manyate panto Yatra kokila kujitai Yatra kokila kujitai Anybody? Translation, please repeat. In such an atmosphere, even the animals of the forest became non-violent and non-envious like great sages. Consequently, the animals did not attack anyone. Over and above everything was the cooing of the cuckoos. Any passenger passing along that path was invited by that atmosphere to take rest in that nice garden. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. A peaceful family with wife and children is compared to the peaceful atmosphere of the forest. Children are compared to non-violent animals. Sometimes, however, wives and children are called Swajanakya Dasyu, burglars in the name of kinsmen. A man earns his livelihood with hard labor, but the result is that he is plundered by his wife and children, exactly as a person in a forest is attacked by some thieves and burglars who take this money. Nonetheless, the family life, the turmoil of wife and children appears to be like the cooing of the cuckoos in the garden of family life. Being invited by such an atmosphere, the person who is passing through such a blissful family life desires to have his family with him at all costs. Hare Krishna. This is a very heavy purport. Prabhupada ji was very clear, specific, and direct in his purports. But in personal dealings, Prabhupada was love personified. when he is dealing personally, Prabhupada was not so heavy, very humble, very loving, gentle, caring. But when it's coming for purpose, he writes, very clear, black and white. Who is in Maya, what is Maya, everything. So especially this canto and this chapter speaks about story of Puranjana. The background scene is that once Narada Muni went to meet a king called Prachina Barhisat. He was a worldly man. He was focusing in expanding his empire, capturing all the neighbor kingdoms and expanding his empire. He wanted to expand, he wanted to get everything. So Narada Muni thought, this is not right. In the material world, suddenly you get promotion. You become the director of the company, CEO of the company. Will your friends come and tell you this is not good? You are trapped in the material world. Will they say like that? They will come and appreciate you. But Bhagavatam says it in a little different way. You are getting chained by a golden chain. Should I explain black and white or should I explain it in a polished way? What do you want? Should I speak black and white or explain it in a polished way? Polished way. So, as per Acharyas, the dogs get chained in this material world. You can see the dogs will be with a rope, collar thing, and it's chained. What is the difference between a rich man and a poor man is, one dog is with the iron chain, another dog is with the golden chain. But both the dogs are chained, right? So the dog with the golden chain is very proud, and the dog with the iron chain is feeling bad. Is there any difference? Both the dogs are chained. But now, the aim of a normal man is somehow convert this iron chain to golden chain. This is what Bhagavatam speaks. But if you hear all these truths of Bhagavatam, initially we will be very shocked. Oh my God, I want to progress in my career. I want to be rich. I want to be a celebrity. I want to be a successful man. What if I follow all these things? I may lose. No. If you have all the desires in the world, still we can follow Bhagavatam. Akamo sarvakamo va mokshakama udharati. If we have all the desires, we can follow Bhagavatam. If we have zero desire, still we can follow Bhagavatam. If we want to go back to Vaikuntha, still we can follow Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is like Chintamani. There is a nice prayer by Lord Brahma in Brahma Samhita. It explains the spiritual world. It says, Chintamani prakara sadma sukalpa vriksha laksha vriteshu surabhi rabipalayantam. Prakara means courtyard. Chintamani prakara, in spiritual world, the courtyard is made out of Chintamani stone. You go there, you touch and say, masal dosa, ting, you'll get one. Ask for a mango shake, ching, you'll get it. Anything you desire, you will get it. Then we start enjoying. In this material world also, Krishna will satisfy all the needs of a living entity. If a devotee is desiring something material, Krishna will fulfill. But then, gradually the devotee will understand, okay, this is different from spiritual taste. And after some time, he will think about renunciation. The Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur gave a beautiful example. There was a poor man, and nobody respects or cares about poor people. Imagine all of a sudden a movie star, a celebrity, a famous personality comes over here. Everybody will go and take a photograph with him. Yes or no? Imagine a beggar walks in. Will you say, "Oh my dear sir, I would like to take a selfie with you"? Will anybody take pictures with a beggar? We always want to be identified along with successful people. I know this person. I know. No, I took a picture with him. Nobody goes and says, "I know the beggar around the corner. I meet him every day." We want to get identified with successful people. That's the psychology of the world. We want to be big. We want to be rich. Good. So, nobody addresses this poor man. Nobody wishes him. Nobody speaks to him. Nobody even bothers whether he exists or not. All of a sudden, this poor person got a lot of money. He became very rich. The moment he became very rich, everyone on the street started wishing him, "Good morning, sir. Jai Sri Ram. How are you? Nice to meet you." Everybody started talking to him. And in mind, he will say, "I will convey, I will convey, I will convey." Something very strange. People will say, "Good morning, sir." He'll say, "I will convey." Then every day evening, he will come back home, enter into his puja room and close the door. And for hours and hours, he will not come out. Then one day his wife asked him, "What are you doing inside the puja room for hours together?" He said, "I am conveying everything." "What are you conveying?" So he was bowing down to Lord Krishna and saying, "Mr. So-and-so said good morning to you. Mr. So-and-so inquired about you. Mr. So-and-so wished you, greeted you." Then wife asked, "Why are you doing? They wished you." They said, "No." He said, "No. Till yesterday I was a poor man. Nobody cared about me." Right? All of a sudden, Krishna blessed me with richness. And people are all talking to me. They are not talking to me. They are addressing the wealth I possess. And the wealth is simply given by Krishna. So I am just transferring. So in this consciousness, the poor man never got attracted to the success of life. He was enjoying the success of life. I'm sorry, not enjoying. He was, admitting, accepting the success of life, but it did not enter his head as pride. That is very difficult. To not lose the elasticity of our mind. Not too tight, not too loose, just right is the successful person. Our mind has an elasticity. The rubber band elasticity, right? If you stretch it too much, it will lose the elasticity or it will break, right? You have to put it to a certain extent, like the string of a veena. If you tight the string too much, the string will break. If you keep it loose, you won't get the music. Not too tight, not too loose, just right. Who is a successful man as per Bhagavad Gita? Able to manage his mind. Not too tight, not too loose, just right. If he is able to manage, control his mind, he is successful. Yukta ahara, Krishna says, balanced food. Don't eat too much, don't eat very less, balanced. Yukta ahara. Actually, nature has given a bell inside your stomach. It knows what to eat and how much to eat. If you eat right enough, there will be a sound. That means your belly is telling, my dear Prabhu, enough. You have taken enough, After that sound, we may take another 4 chapati roll. Then the belly will say, that means it's saying, enough, Prabhu. I can't take it up. Enough. After that, we will take something else also. Right? The nature, the design is perfect. Krishna has designed it so beautifully. They say the triangle of health. We know the triangle of health, So triangle is like this. If the triangle is like this, that's a healthy body. If the triangle is like this, it is a weak body. So the triangle should be like this. That means have a good breakfast, a little lunch and meager dinner. So the triangle is like this and you're a healthy man. A very good breakfast, okay lunch and a meager dinner. What happens now? It is ulta. Morning little bit, afternoon heavy lunch and night like an anaconda. You see? That is all. Finished. Yes or no? Now the habiters, people all come back from job and things in the late night and they, dump things and try to go to, it's very bad for health. Yukta ahara, balanced food. And on top of it, when we stick on to prasadam, that takes us to a different level. Yukta ahara. Yukta vihara. Vihara means, Prabhupada translate this as recreation. Moving, all that. There should be a bit of physical work and things like that. Yukta vihara. Yukta chase, proper sleep. 6 hours, 6.5 hours, very good sleep. But somebody will say, every day night I go to sleep by 2 o'clock and wake up at morning 9 o'clock. I'm also sleeping 6 hours only. But that is not right. A day it has 24 hours. It is divided into, as per astrology, it is called yama. 2.25 of an hour. Say 2 hours. This 24 hours a day is divided into 2.25, like that. Okay. The 2.25 before sunrise is called Brahma Muhurta. What time is sunrise in Bangalore? 6 o'clock? Lazy sun. You go to Badrinath and all, 4:15, Prabhu. 4:15 it will be like that. You have been to Mayapur? 5 o'clock, 5:10. Just sun is up, right? And London, sometimes 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9:30, 11:15 in the morning sunrise. Prabhupada said, place for demons. So the longer day, it's meant for yogis. So if you're amazing, you go to Badrinath, like Kedarnath, Himalayas, 4 o'clock, 4:10, the sun is up. And the sun sets at night 8:15. Long day. It's all meant for chanting, meditation and things like that. And they don't have to worry about anything else. You will get nice Himalayan apples. You have seen the tiny apples all over. You can pluck and eat jamun, so much. And if at all you get little grain, you take it to the hot spring. Have you seen hot spring? How many of you have seen hot spring? Only 1 or 2. Amazing creation, Prabhus. What the yogis do, they tie the rice in some kind of a cloth, hang it in the hot spring. They go take bath and come, it's cooked. What a miracle. Lord has designed the whole Himalayas for yogis. There are so many hot water springs. Then I went to a place called Guptukunda or something like that. Different levels of temperature water is coming out of different cracks of the mountain. You don't have any adjustment. You want normal temperature, you can go to that corner. You want a severe temperature, come to this corner. Amazing. Right? So yukta ahara, yukta swapna, sleep properly. Yogo bhavati dukkha. He surpasses all the miseries of life. Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki. So, a day, 24 hours, is beautifully divided. 2 hours before sunrise is Brahma Muhurta. Anybody who wakes up in Brahma Muhurta and meditates on Lord Krishna, chanting the names of Lord Krishna, the Lord is just a call away. That's what Acharyas say. In that time. That is why once a devotee said, if you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra in Brahma Muhurta, it's a mala, it's a round. After 6 o'clock, it becomes a square. You know, in the day it becomes a triangle. Night it's just a dot. Sleep, sleep and Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. You know. So morning it is mala. So in the early morning hours, if we can chant Krishna's name, God is just a call away. We call and He listens. Then, after sunrise, 2.25 is called Saraswati Yama. Morning is Brahma Muhurta, then it is Saraswati Yama. Saraswati Yama is the time to study all the scriptures, Vedas, in those days Brahmanas and all will be chanting, rehearsing mantras, different kinds of mantras, different kinds of meters. They have a lot of powers. All that mantra, aha, oho, swaha, like that. Very powerful. So that's the learning time. We study scriptures and all. Then amazing, you see, after 8 o'clock it is Kshatriya Yama, body automatically becomes passionate. You won't be able to focus at morning 10, 11 and midday 2 o'clock like you can focus at 6 and 5 and 4. Anybody had learned classical music, Hindustani, Carnatic or something like that? I saw very beautiful singers, wonderful devotees doing wonderful kirtan. Imagine a devotee is trying to practice all this Carnatic music, midnight, 2 o'clock, how it will be. The time doesn't suit that. If he's doing at morning 6 o'clock, it will be great, right? So after 8, it is Kshatriya Yama. Automatically body becomes, passionate. Then you run around, you do this, you physically act and all this. And in the same way, evening also. 5 to 7 is again Saraswati's time. Then, night 11 to 1 is Bhutayamam, 1 to 3 is Pretayama, Bhuta Preta Pishajas. Lord Shiva will be roaming around with all his assistants. And there are many in Bangalore. They will all be roaming. Lord Shiva will be roaming around with all his Bhuta, Preta, Pishajas. That is why a person who is spiritually inclined better sleep off at that time. Right? Or you roam around, there will be 2 friends, invisible friends. And you come back to your house, they will also follow you. Right? Bhuta Preta Pishaja. That is why Krishna very beautifully said, when a yogi awakes, the whole world sleeps. When the whole world sleeps, the Muni is meditating. I forgot that shloka. Yanisha sarva bhutani tasyam jagrati samyam. See, exactly right. This modern people, the celebrities, I read an article about one of the Oscar award-winning musician, very famous. The whole world appreciates him. He, in his interview, he said, after 11 o'clock only I am able to get great ideas of music. All the best songs I have created, all of that I created in midnight. Demoniac songs. You listen to that, you will lose all the patience, all the shanti, which is true also. You go and sit in a sattvic music, like Bhagavatam class. It is a sattvic music only. How many of you have got the experience of sleeping in Bhagavatam class? Be honest. Everybody has got this experience, right? Because this music, this Shabda Brahma, these words are so soothing, you know, so this thing, solacing, the disturbed mind just goes to sleep. There's nothing wrong in it, you know. But don't disturb the neighbor, karate marker. But imagine you are listening to a Western rock pop song. Bang, bang. Even the sleeping person will get up and, because it is agitating your mind so much. And what happens at the end? Have you seen the pop stars? They will tear their t-shirt, break their guitar and yell and scream. Exactly demon only. No difference. That sound has that influence. That Shabda has the influence and it agitates the person. Who is Duryodhana? The word Duryodhana means who achieves everything by quarrel is Duryodhana. That's all. He achieves everything in this world by fight. And that is the quality of Kali Yuga. Quarrel and hypocrisy. Cheating and fighting. Cheating and fighting. So the worldly music, everything is disturbing us so much and putting us in a completely strange life. This life is ulta. What we are living now is not exactly in terms with the scriptures. You have seen that old time ka chakki, what do you call it? That wet grinder, olden times. What do you call it? Chakki only. Right, yeah. There will be one big stone there and you will have another stone in the middle. You can rotate and crush and make all that flour and everything, atta, whatever. Now you see the chakki, it is standing fixed and the big stone is rotating. What happened? Everything became ulta. I am from Kerala. In Kerala, it rains so badly. Almost 6 to 8 months it rains. Too much of rain. So it's a quite normal scene where we see people take their chappal, shoe, whatever it is in their hand, and they'll be walking in waters. Have you seen any picture like this? They don't wear it, They lift it in the hand and they walk it, because it's very costly. They paid 2,000 rupees and bought this chappal. What is the purpose of chappal? The purpose is to wear, to protect your feet, because it's so costly, So what to do? You can go to some showroom and all, the shoes will be rotating, Nike, Adidas, all will be they will have a focus lamp, everything for the shoe. But sabji on the street, on some kind of a push-pull, that gadi, on the gutter, some lady, poor lady will be fanning. All that sabjis which we eat is sold on the street on top of a gutter, and what you wear at food, it's inside a showroom. Ulta life which we are living. Yes or no? Yes. See, you all must have learnt sine theta, cos theta, integral calculus, a plus b the whole square, right? How many of you use this in life? How many had used a plus b the whole square in life? Sine theta, cos theta, integral calculus? No one. Right? 80% of what we study is not at all applicable to life. 20% I agree. Some things are applicable. 2 plus 2 is 4. That is all applicable. 80%. Then in schools, in history and all, we studied, Panipat War, Second World War II. That we use at home sometimes. Right? 80% is useless. But Bhagavatam says, be polite, be smiling, be united with the devotees, be humble, don't get angry, don't get agitated. These things are needed in everyday, day-to-day life, and nobody teaches us. Yes or no? The modern world is just exploiting. The whole idea is to suck money from your pocket. That is all. Nothing else. And one thing I don't know, the doctor's handwriting is pathetic. Have you seen doctors writing? When they prescribe medicine, you can read only the first letter. Rest will be a snake. I don't know how exactly the pharmacist wala gets the medicine. Maybe he's giving off all the old stock or what. Just exploiting. Like yesterday, I was giving an example. People spend crores of rupees and become a doctor. What will be the doctor's prayer every day? He opens his clinic, sits on his table. What will be he praying every day? Send me patients. Is that a very good wish? That his good wish is bad for us. Whatever an advocate will be praying, let there be quarrel, that will be fight. What will be a coffin maker will pray every day? Send me more bodies. Right? So completely a reversed life. In Bhagavatam it says, Prayena alpayusha sabya, what is it? Kalavasmin yuge janaha manda sumanda matayo manda bhagyahi upadritaha. Kali Yuga is so funny. People will be using their intelligence. They think very well. They think deeply. They contemplate. They have meetings and they have discussion. Finally, they land up doing stupid things. That is the character of Kali Yuga. Things doesn't exist. Right? When I was in school, I learned that Pluto was the 9th planet. You remember that incident? My father paid money, tuition fees, I got beatings from the teacher, everything. I studied. Pluto was the 9th planet. Now they changed it off. Now they say Pluto is not the 9th planet. What happened to my money, time, the beatings I have got? Yeah. We don't know. Tomorrow they may say completely ulta thing. All our time is waste. But Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, absolute truth. It will never change. Some 300, 400 years or maybe 600, 700 years back, Romans believed the earth was flat. They believed the earth was flat. So the emperors used to say to the soldiers, don't travel far and wide, you may fall off. That's how the kings told this thing. No, the earth is not flat, it is round. The priests of the church, means the main religious in charge, respond. They said, he is speaking against God and kill him, cut him off, killed him. But Bhagavatam 5,000 years back it says, Bhu-gola. Gola means what? Round. This thing you don't have to question at all. A simple tip for scientists is just take Bhagavatam, read a line, do research and say, okay, that's all. You don't have to find anything new. Because everything, I'll put forward a small simple question. Asked by a disciple to his guru, by guru to his disciple in a Vedic class, why ocean water is salty? River, you have good waters, freshwater rivers, right? You have good waters. You have lakes with usable water. You have pond, stream, everything. Why ocean water is salty? Why ocean water is salty? Deep silence. You can try. What is it? We are not going to give you mark or something. And Krishna is not standing at Vaikunta when you enter. Say, Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter, 14th sloka, you say, then I'll allow inside. is true. Yes, Prabhu. Preserve the water. You keep fresh water in a glass in sunlight. Within 3 days, you can see worms. Not in Bangalore water, the good waters. Keep in sunlight, you will see worms inside. The fresh water, clean water will get spoiled within 3 days. But you drop a little bit of salt, it will stay there for millions and millions of ages. Is it not science? What God has created? Achintya. The Lord is beyond our perception, beyond our understanding. A human intelligence cannot wrap up the supreme truth by his thoughts and processes. A simple story which we used to tell for children, make them to develop faith in God. It's a simple story. There was a farmer. He was cultivating pumpkins. You must have all seen pumpkins, right? And the pumpkin comes in a tiny creeper. There will be a tiny creeper and there will be huge pumpkins. And he was an atheist person. And I am from Kerala. The first Indian atheistic society registered by a Keralite only. God's own country. His name was Kovur. Have you seen Life Comes from Life book? Yeah. There is a last section, a communication, letters will be printed there between Prabhupada's disciple and Kovur. He said, I will prove that God doesn't exist. He challenged Prabhupada's disciples. If you have not seen, go to Life Comes from Life book. And they fixed a date for debate. He lives in Sri Lanka. They fixed a date for debate, face to face. But unfortunately, he couldn't come for the meeting. He died before that. That is all. Krishna pulled the plug, finished, he's off. I know God, I am this, I am God, blah, 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 blah. Take the plug, over. Right? The atheistic people ask questions, funny questions. And if you don't know Bhagavatam, you will be trapped. One such question is, somebody stole this donation box from a temple. So Kovur asked, if the God can't protect the box right in front of him, how is he going to protect the whole world? Is it a logical question or not? Henna? It is logic. If you don't know spiritual thing, you will, yeah, correct, totally. Let me also become like that. But if you know Bhagavatam, it is easy. Because the whole planet is controlled by Lord. The universes are controlled by Lord. Akilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka is multiple universes. And what does the thief do? Steal from Bangalore, keep in Mysore. Steal from Mysore, keep it in. Can he take out of earth? Can he take it out of creation? Why God should be bothered? From one room you have kept in another room, that's all. But if we don't know spiritual knowledge, we will think what they are saying is right. Bhagavatam says, Upanishad says, this is all a miracle. We know how the baby takes birth, Mother has got 2 bags inside. One is the baby bag, another is the food bag. And both are connected with the umbilical cord. We all know the science. The food, everything goes, even the oxygen before birth goes through that only. And what does the mother do? Eating all the chili bhaji, onion pakora, and sometimes people drink, have you seen hot chai? So hot. And all that goes to the baby. And baby is getting suffocated and baby is, crawling inside and feeling so bad and kicking. And mother says, butterfly effect. You say, I'm experiencing the bliss. He is Papa inside struggling. And the scripture says the baby comes out. The nurse cuts the umbilical cord, breathing stops. It is jata. It is a dead body actually. Because till that point, the baby was breathing through the umbilical cord. When the baby comes out, it is cut. The baby is dead. He can't breathe. Then what the nurse do? Lift the baby upside down, and give him one pat on the back. That's what they do. They lift the baby upside down and give. All of us got beatings. The first day itself, gave one pat. The time they patted, then automatically the machine, the first breath. Upanishad says, how did the baby breathe first? Science cannot explain. The Paramatma said, let the baby breathe, and it breathed. That's it. Everything happened by the will and wish of the Lord. Amazing, miraculous creation, and no one in this world can duplicate it. Neither it will happen in the future also. We have to simply believe. So, have the balanced food, balanced sleep, balanced activity, then life becomes successful. Only people with less intelligence will question the existence of God. So this farmer, he was cultivating pumpkin, and the pumpkin grows in a tiny creeper. And he's an atheist. He doesn't believe in God. Usually farmers believe in God because they completely depend on nature. The rain has to come in right time, sun has to shine. But unfortunately, this man was an atheist. But his wife was a great devotee. She used to daily tell him, chant Ram's name, and he was not chanting. One day he went to market for selling his products, all the pumpkin. She gave a lunch packet, on the way you can eat it. So he was traveling, and mid-noon, that was a sunny day. He sat under a huge banyan tree, had his lunch. He was feeling little drowsiness. He thought, let me take a nap. He lied down. And he saw the banyan tree. Have you seen banyan fruits? Yeah, very tiny red fruit. And the banyan tree is so huge. The farmer thought, God must be fool number one only. Because in such a huge banyan tree, he has put tiny, tiny fruits. And in the pumpkin creeper, it's a tiny creeper, he has put such a big fruit. That vegetable. If I am God, I will put the pumpkin on the banyan tree and that banyan fruit on the creeper. There should be some matching, no? Imagine a lean person having a big head, how it will be. Funny. He thought like that and he dozed off. There was a gentle breeze. And one tiny banyan fruit came and fell on his head. Tongue. Then the peasant thought, the farmer thought, what if the pumpkin, So who is really intelligent? Right? Achintya aditya varnam. Lord is beyond our understanding, beyond our contemplation. In one leela, he will have 1,000 leelas. We can't even understand, realize. In one pastime, he will have multiple answers, multiple reasons. I have been many times to the Middle East countries. This camel, it has got 2 eyelids. We all have one eyelid. The camel has got 2 eyelids. First eyelid is a transparent one. And on top of it, it has got another eyelid. So in the sand desert, the camel will be traveling for days together. And there will be sand blowing, So the camel will put the transparent eyelid and coolly walk, right? The sand will not hit the eyes. And every time it opens and closes the eyelid, there are water nozzles behind the eyelids. Like you have this car windshield wiper, it cleans the eyes. Do you think there is no science behind creation? What an amazing, intricate creation it is. And we build 2 bridges and it breaks every now and then. Right? We can't build anything properly. Right? So Lord's creation is amazing. And there is no doubt, no question about it. A successful man should simply follow the message of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and design his life in align to that message. That's all. Srila Prabhupada ki. Any questions? Any comments? Yeah, Prabhuji. Yeah. Oh, questions are very important, Prabhu. See, whole Bhagavad Gita, questions by Arjuna and answers by Krishna. Bhagavatam, questions by Shukadev Maharaj, answers by Parikshit. Sorry, questions by Parikshit and answers by Shukadev Goswami. All the 108 Upanishads are questions and answers. Katopanishad, question by Nachiketas, answer by Yamaraj. So question and answers, because questions can pull the right answer from the deep of the Acharya's heart. So that's why in those days they were all having questions and answers. But the question should be in such a way not to measure or scale the teacher. You know, some devotees are very smart. They go and ask the same question to so many devotees, and they will judge X devotee is higher, Y devotee is smaller. You know, we should not ask questions for that. And the question should not be asked to find out how much the teacher knows. And the question should not be asked to prove my knowledge to the teacher. Sometimes we ask questions like a show off. I want to show because I know something more. The question should not be asked in any of these terms. The question should be asked like a beggar standing in front of a house and literally begging for food. In that way, when a sincere, humble student he asks, I get. And Upanishad says 6 questions are very important. I forgot that. Who, why, which, when, where, how. These 6 questions are very important. And our acharyas ask questions. So asking questions are very good thing, you know. Sometimes when you ask question, that same question may be in somebody's heart, and they may hesitate to ask. Sometimes some people feel shy to ask. So it's good. Nothing wrong. Yeah, Prabhu. Anything else? Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So much wonderful association. We're getting up Prabhuji on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Animati, and today so wonderful class. And Prabhuji is quite busy. I tried calling Prabhuji last year, but somehow this year Prabhuji agreed to come on the case of his uncle patient Prabhu. So we're so fortunate to have him, and we pray and request if Prabhuji can come again and again. So we'll be so fortunate. So let's thank him and thank Hare Krishna.